Mulan, Elsa, Pocahontas, and the Lunar Lantern Quest. Once upon a time, in a beautiful land, 3 princesses from different places were chosen to celebrate a special festival called the Lunar New Year. Elsa, who had magical ice powers, Pocahontas, with her connection to nature, and Mulan, a brave warrior, were very excited. Mulan invited her friends to her village, where the festival was going to be joyful and colorful. As the sun began to rise on the day of the festival, bright red lanterns decorated the village. Everyone was busy preparing, making tasty food, hanging decorations, and getting ready for colorful performances. In the center of it all stood the great lantern. This magical lantern was very important. It shone brightly and was a symbol of unity and prosperity. Without it, the blessings of the new year could not begin. But oh no! Just as the festival was about to start, the villagers noticed something terrible. The great lantern had gone missing. Everyone looked worried. Mulan gathered all her friends and said, "We need to find the great lantern. It is important for the festival, and if we don't find it, the blessings will not come." Elsa nodded. "I can freeze things to help us search," she said. "And Pocahontas can talk to the animals for clues." Pocahontas smiled and replied, "Yes, I will ask my animal friends where they have seen the lantern." With that, the 3 princesses set off on their quest, ready to find the lantern. They first went to the tall bamboo forest surrounding Mulan's village. The trees whispered in the wind, and it was beautiful. Pocahontas knelt down and called out, "Little rabbit, have you seen the great lantern?" A small brown rabbit hopped over and shook its head. "No, but the wise owl knows many things. Perhaps he can help," the rabbit said, and pointed to a tall tree nearby. So they followed the rabbit to the wise old owl. The owl was big and had big round eyes. He said, "Ah yes, I saw something shining near the river, but beware, there are slippery stones." With the owl's advice, the princesses hurried to the river. The water sparkled in the sunlight, and they carefully walked along its edge. Suddenly, Elsa noticed something. "I can use my ice powers to make a safe path across the water," she exclaimed. She waved her hands, and sparkling ice formed a bridge over the river. Mulan and Pocahontas cheered as they crossed safely. On the other side, they searched around but found no lantern. They sat down on a big rock, feeling a bit sad. Pocahontas looked around and said, "Let's not give up. Maybe the lantern is hiding somewhere. Let me listen to the sounds of nature." She closed her eyes and listened carefully. Soon she heard chirping and rustling. "The birds are singing. Maybe they know something," Pocahontas called out to the birds, who fluttered down to meet them. "Oh, little birds, have you seen the great lantern?" she asked gently. The birds chirped happily and led them down a narrow path through the trees. As they followed the birds, they soon came to a meadow filled with beautiful flowers. In the middle of the meadow was a shiny object. Elsa, Mulan, and Pocahontas rushed forward, hoping it was the great lantern. But when they got closer, they realized it was just a bunch of sparkling stones. It's not the lantern, but it's still beautiful," Mulan said, trying to stay positive. "Let's keep going." They walked on and soon found themselves at the edge of a big hill. From the top, they could see far and wide. Elsa looked around and spotted a small cave among the trees. "What if the lantern is inside that cave?" she suggested. They took a deep breath and decided to check it out. As they walked inside, the cave was dark and a little spooky. "Mulan, can you light it up?" Pocahontas asked. So Mulan took out her sword and held it high. The blade shone brightly, lighting up the cave. As they walked in deeper, they could see shadows moving around. Suddenly, they heard a soft voice. "Help me, please." The princesses looked around and found a tiny creature stuck behind some rocks. It was a little spirit, glowing with soft light. "What happened?" Mulan asked. The little spirit replied, I was playing with the lantern, and it got stuck. I'm so sorry. Elsa said, Don't worry, we can help you. Together the princesses moved the rocks, and soon the great lantern appeared. It shone brightly, filling the cave with warm light. Thank you, the spirit cheered. Now we can bring blessings to the village. The princesses smiled with joy. They carefully took the lantern and started back. When they returned to the village, everyone clapped and cheered. The great lantern was placed in the center, glowing beautifully. As the festival began, the villagers danced and sang, welcoming the blessings of the new year. Together, Elsa, Pocahontas, and Mulan had saved the day. They learned the importance of teamwork and friendship. The village celebrated with laughter and happiness. And from that day on, the three princesses knew that together they could overcome any challenge. The magic of the lantern was shining bright, bringing unity and joy to everyone.
Subscribe now and step into a new story where fairy tales come with a twist.